What makes a Titan a Titan? Well, apparently it's not size. As confusing as it may be, it has something to do with effects a creature has on its environment, something like radiation after effects, and also their powers, which although is vague, can still be roughly understood in certain contexts. Like for example, the Titans of Greek mythology were not all of gigantic stature. Of course, Cronos swallowed his children, Zeus, Poseidon and Hades, and therefore by inference was bigger than the average man. But the Titans and gods of Greek myths were known more for their powers and influence over their respective domains and environments. So the same with the Monsterverse, they have now classified Titans as creatures with a unique ability that can alter or influence the surroundings they are in, with their unique powers that is. And it's not just about size. So with this in mind, let's take a look at which monsters in the Monsterverse are now Titans and which are just super species. Let's get to it. Godzilla is obviously a Titan, and his powers are being the alpha predator, his atomic nature, and the ability to control other Titans. He can also sense when something is wrong on Earth, when looming threats are beginning to appear, like when Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla were about to make their destructive appearances. Okay, so he is a Titan. What about Kong? He has no special powers or abilities. Well, not yet. Let GXK give him something and then we can know for sure what his full potentials are. As of now, with the current legendary logic, not ours, their logic, we should consider Kong as a big super species, a sub-Titan and not a fully fledged Titan. But let's not be crazy, we will always put Kong on the list of one of the Alpha Titans. Now Mothra, she has the God Rays. She can disperse weather formations and affect the atmosphere. She also has some sort of ability to sense disturbances over the Earth's atmosphere and the surface, an ability she passed on to Godzilla when she died at the hands of Ghidorah in KOTM. So along with these, she also has telepathic abilities and immortality, so yeah, she fits the Titan criteria very well. Now Rodan, he has a fire volcanic nature and his wings can create hurricane-like winds that destroy surface structures and the environment. As such, he is classified as a destroyer Titan. Michael Doherty even claims that Rodan is able to swim in magma to travel, meaning he has dominion over the part of the Earth that isn't solid or water, the mantle beneath the crust. Ghidorah, his bioelectric nature allows him to shoot gravity beams that are powerful enough to hurt Godzilla, incapacitate Rodan and kill Mothra. Ghidorah could also conduct electrical currents, making water vapor heat up to extreme levels and creating localized storm systems, as well as otherworldly tempests of thunder and yellow lightning. This makes him a Titan, an alien Titan at that. Now Methuselah. The grand old Methuselah has no specific radiation ability, nor does he have any extraordinary power, which by legendary's logic, he wouldn't be considered a Titan. Although he does have the ability to sleep and blend in with the rocky and mountainous terrain, often hibernating in the region for centuries, which can affect the local habitat and wildlife. So maybe a Titan by that factor, maybe. What about Behemoth? This creature is termed by Monarch as having a bioseismic nature, meaning he has the ability to influence the ground and the life forms within his vicinity. And apparently his poop and radiation can give rise to forests and sustain or rejuvenate destroyed ones, as well as bring back old prehistoric species that have since been lost, maybe seeds that were stuck in his poop. Then we have Scylla, definitely a Titan as it has liquid nitrogen excretion processes, lowering down the temperatures of the South Pole, revitalizing the polar ice cap. Scylla also possesses deadly waterborne bacteria in her gut that helps her to consume and digest Titan carcasses, that makes her a scavenger and a restorer of the natural order. Now the Skull Crawlers or the Skull Devil. These cranium reptan species are, well, just a super species that dwell beneath the surface of Skull Island and probably originated from the Hollow Earth. The smaller Skullcrawler specimens can be termed as just large megafauna, while the Skull Devil, due to its size and hyper-predatory nature, can be put in the list of a sub-Titan and not a full-fledged Titan. The Mutos and the Muto Prime. Well, these are definitely Titans and check all the necessary boxes. They are huge, they have a bioatomic nature allowing them to feed on radiation, they can emit EMP pulses, which disrupt even the atomic nature of Godzilla. They have brought mass extinction events in the past, in the Earth's past, and strangely, the Mutos passively produce life-giving radiation that exponentially increases plant growth and other forms of life as seen in Las Vegas. Now let's come to the legacy of monstrous creatures. The Endoswarmer. These are 2 feet long insectoids found in Kazakhstan And individually they can be also called a superspecies due to their radioactive nature and being bigger than a normal insect. But as a swarm, maybe they can be called a subtitan as they can emit and consume radiation around them. The new entries from Legacy of Monsters which redefine the term Titan are the Iron Dragon and the Frost Varrock. Although smaller than the Skull Devil or the Maya Squid, which are both just superspecies, these two, the Iron Dragon and the Frost Varrock, have unique powers that affect the surroundings they are in. As it flies, the Iron Dragon is capable of discharging radioactive ions in the air, which forms aurora-like patterns in the sky. The Frost Varrock can reduce the temperature within its vicinity by rapidly inhaling large amounts of air. It can also create a mesmerizing iron radiation glow when it goes underground. And there are more creatures to be seen in the series, which will be discussed in another video. Now let's move on to the Warbats. These gigantic Hollow Earth creatures are fast and agile flyers, which display an excellent level of maneuverability despite their size and relatively small wingspans. Although they can fly, they cannot manipulate the atmosphere around them like Mothra, Rodan, Ghidorah or Camazotz. Their only special ability is their venom secretion, which puts their Titan status into question. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. And now next, Tiamat. Monarch classifies Tiamat as having a bioelectrical nature that can discharge electrical currents at such extreme temperatures that it boils the ocean, often causing electrical superstorms so massive that they can be seen from space. She is even confident enough to fight Godzilla for territory, eventually losing to the Big G. She can even manipulate the water around her to form maelstroms and waterspouts, and therefore having quite a great power and influence over her surroundings. So definitely a Titan. Titanus Na Kika. This octopus squid-like creature is the longest creature in the Monsterverse, measuring almost 900 feet long, which by size standards would automatically put her on the Titan list. But it's about power, not size. So Na Kika doesn't have devastating powers, but is still classified as a destroyer. Why? It's the most intelligent creature and can mimic itself by disguising its radiation signature, which means it does radiate out a certain form of energy. Therefore, by the logic of Legendary, it makes her a Titan. Now, what about Dug? Originally called the Hollow Earth Lizard, it is bigger than the Skull Devil, longer than it, and definitely more massive as evident by its round, fat physique. But can it be called a Titan, or is it just another superspecies? Well, it is big, but there are no specific powers that it possesses, and it is also seen in packs hunting the rock critters. Although a fan favorite, by the given criteria, Dug is not a Titan, even though it is thought to be related to Godzilla as a distant cousin species. Okay, so we have 2 or 3 more. Amhuluk is an aggressive creature that is willing to kill others in order to claim territory and resources. He is able to generate bodies for himself using biotelekinetic neurotransmitters so long as his head is intact, and there is enough plant matter for him to create a new one. He has telekinetic powers, can poison entire rivers and water bodies, and can manipulate plant life for his benefit, which is why he tried to take the Amazon for himself, trying to supplant Behemoth as the guardian of the region, and by those powers he is a Titan. Now Camazotz. This is a massive bat-like creature with demonic horns, with limited eyesight, having to resort to echolocation to see things around it. It has a very powerful sonic screech, which is both an offensive and a defensive weapon. It doesn't seem to radiate any kind of energy around it, but it can attract bioelectrical storms and perpetuate the storm's energy as it did with the one that came to Skull Island and stayed there. So by that power, he is a Titan. Now for the rest, all the creatures of Skull Island, including the rock critter from the Hollow Earth, okay, the creatures like the Malaclaw, the Mother Longlegs, the Skur Buffaloes, the Magma Turtle, the Siren Jaws, the Spore Mantis, or even the larger Maya Squids and the Killer Chameleons are just large megafauna. They are superspecies. Some might even be called subtitans like the Maya Squid, whatever that term now means since size isn't a determining factor. Anyway, that's it. All those others are not Titans anymore. They are just superspecies. So we have come to the end of this video, and if you like it, then watch this one as well. And if you're more interested in other movie monsters and creatures, especially for ones from the Monsterverse, then check out our channel as well. We might just have things that you haven't seen before. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Till the next time, take care, fam.